Karoline Leavitt. Karoline, good to see you. As we look at the polling, immigration's a big issue, number 2, but the economy is the number 1 issue for voters, and it seems like the campaign has spent a lot of time talking about immigration, but it seems like there's now been a pivot, and you're now talking more about the economy and where you're going to cut taxes and how you're going to grow the economy, bring jobs back. Is the president going to continue to focus on this number 1 issue that the American people care about?
Absolutely. The president will continue to focus on both immigration and the economy. As we know, both issues are equally as important to voters across the country. But certainly, the American people are suffering from the abysmal economic policies of the Harris-Biden administration over the past 4 years. And President Trump is offering them hope. He's offering them a real plan to put more money back into their pockets. We were in Georgia today, where he had a raucous applause with a crowd of thousands of people as he said, "We are going to make America wealthy again." Wages have not kept up with the pace of inflation. Kamala Harris is promising to raise taxes. President Trump is promising to cut taxes. That is welcome news for people and families across the country who are struggling. He has a first-term economic agenda to run on, a record of success, and Americans remember that. And that's why he's trusted on this issue by more than 20 points in literally every single major poll.
I wonder what Mark Cuban's breath smells like, given that he's talking about Kamala Harris's ideas are so well thought out. The Wall Street Journal wrote about just the corporate tax hike, which, by the way, all in, including our state rates, would take the United States corporate tax rate to the second highest among all developed nations, second only to Colombia at 35%. The Wall Street Journal, to paraphrase, said, you know, she's only clear-cut about a few things, but she is doggone crystal about what she wants to do with corporate tax rates, and it is anti-growth, and it would flow down to workers, and it would wind up being lower wages. So he wants Americans to be poorer, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And it's a sharp contrast to what we heard today from President Trump, who has promised to cut the business tax rate to 15%, which will make America more competitive. It will incentivize job growth here at home, while Kamala Harris wants to incentivize job growth in communist China by increasing our business tax rate higher than communist China's. Companies are going to move their jobs overseas. They're going to need to hire cheaper foreign labor instead of Americans here at home. It would be a disaster for this country. In addition to the inflationary policies Kamala Harris has brought on this nation over the past 4 years, the out-of-control spending she supported her entire career, and also her tax hikes on the American people, on workers. That business tax rate is going to be passed down to workers, but families across the country are going to be feeling her increase in taxes, unlike a contrast with President Trump, who wants to end taxes on tips for workers, end taxes on overtime for workers, end taxes on Social Security for seniors. All of this is going to create more growth in this country, put more money into our economy, and most importantly, put more money back into the pockets of hardworking Americans who need it most right now.
We pay higher wages. If we have more rules and regulations, cost to businesses, and higher taxes, America's not a place that you can do business, and no doubt our businesses are going to go somewhere else.
That's right.
Which is why the chamber came out and said, listen, her tax plan is not good. But let's move to this because I want to get your take on this. A liberal outlet, Popular Information, they reported today that the Trump campaign is still being hacked after receiving campaign documents from earlier this month. So can you give us any update on this? Is the campaign still being hacked? And do you have any conversations or communication with the FBI?
As a matter of fact, President Trump and our campaign did receive a briefing today from the Director of National Intelligence talking about the increase in hacks that we have seen from the Iranian regime. We have been notified of this, and our campaign is very much aware. We've had to increase our security because of it, and it's because the corrupt Iranian regime, the terrorist regime, fears President Trump's strength and resolve. They fear a Trump administration 2.0, where they know that President Trump is going to crack down on their terrorist regime. He's going to restore his sanctions that made him broke in his first term. They do not fear Kamala Harris, whose weakness has emboldened them and enriched them. So unfortunately, this is a challenge our campaign has had to face. But nevertheless, President Trump remains more determined than ever to win this election in the face of grave danger and threats, even attempts on his life in this election cycle.
What do you feel like that you're getting enough assistance and enough information, not just in protecting the president's life, but also in protecting your campaign from Iran.
We certainly need more transparency. There's no doubt about it. And President Trump has repeatedly praised his personal protective detail and the United States Secret Service that has acted efficiently and courageously in both unfortunate attempts on his life. With that said, he has also said he needs more people. He needs more men. He needs more women protecting him. He is out there barnstorming the country every single day, even in the face, again, of these grave danger and threats. So certainly he needs more resources, as many as he can have, to protect his life. And again, as President Trump always says, only consequential presidents get shot at. He was certainly a consequential president, and the world knows that he will be once again. And he will return to the White House, make no doubt about it. I was with the president today. The spirit, the energy in Georgia and everywhere we go is greater than it has ever been for this man before, because Americans realize, and the world realizes, we need him back in the White House.
And he deserves to be protected. Whether Republican or Democrat, the Secret Service needs to protect all of our candidates. But I want to get your take on this because, according to several sources, former President Trump is planning to return to Butler, Pennsylvania. That was the site of his first assassination attempt. What we've heard is he's planning on holding a rally next month. Can you tell us yes or no? Is that going to happen? Is he going back to Butler, going back where he was shot in the face?
Well, I don't have a date for you right now, but I will tell you President Trump has said he will make a return to Butler before November 5th, and we look forward to returning. The people of Butler are amazing. President Trump has gotten to know the families of the victims who, unfortunately, we lost at that Butler, Pennsylvania rally, especially the family of Corey, the brave firefighter. He has been in contact with them ever since that heinous assassination attempt on his life that took the lives of his supporter Corey. And so we look forward to returning to that great community. And of course, the president will be in Pennsylvania quite a bit between now and November 5th. It's a big state. He's currently leading in it, and we need to win it, and we will.
And he was talking about Corey today, Corey and Corey's family, because again, that's who he is. Karoline Leavitt, thank you so much. Great to see you.